Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You can learn a lot about life through baseball.
Yeah.
You know, when life throws you curveballs, you knock them out of the park.
I like
Sometimes you step up to the plate, you swing, and you miss, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you're the pitcher, and sometimes you're the catcher. Either way, you're gonna have a good time.
What?
Those are some famous sayings from baseball, and I bring them up because the guy on the phone for a second date update today, his name is Matthew, and he met the girl that he wants to call at a co-ed softball game. What's up, Matthew? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. How about you guys?
Pretty good. Were you the pitcher or the catcher that day?
I mainly bat and, play third base, but...
Thank God
So-
for answering it like
God,
that.
you're a sick man.
Your email said that you met the girl that you want to call. Her name is Trisha.
Yeah, she's real sweet.
Okay, and it says here you met her at a co-ed softball game. How'd that work?
Yeah, she was on the opposite team.
Oh, the enemy.
Yeah, so that's, a little extra charm as well.
Let me guess. She was pitching to you. She struck you out, and then you threatened to fight her.
No way, dude.
'Cause
That's
what.
usually how friendly softball games go,
Yeah.
Jubal. You're right.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot
that
of
how-
physical violence.
Is that how it went down?
It was more like when we all went to the bar.
Oh.
Then you threatened to fight her.
No.
There was no fighting. No
Thank you.
fighting, just softball.
Okay,
Just softball.
strange.
No fighting during the game or afterwards.
That's different than any co-ed sports league that I've been involved in. There's always a fight at some point, but okay.
Move on from the
Nice.
violence, please.
All right, so you met her at the bar.
Yes.
And had you had your eye on her all game?
Oh, yes, all game for sure.
What about her stuck out to you?
Oh, I mean, her legs just go on for days,
One of those girls with legs all the way up to her butt.
Yeah.
So hot. So hot.
We all have
She
them.
was really good at the game, and on top of it all, she seemed like a genuinely cool chick.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
how did you approach her at the bar?
Oh, I mean, I grabbed her a drink and, said congrats for whooping her ass, and, then we just started talking about how long we had been playing, and then one thing led to another, and I ended up getting her number, and we set a date to go hiking.
Sweet.
Nice.
How was the hike?
Oh, it was great. She met me where we were going to start out.
Nice.
What'd you say?
Oh, I just said nice. Sorry. keep
I
going.
mean, I heard you. I was just like, what?
It's very nice. She met you there.
I'm
Awesome.
excited for you.
She met you where you're going to start. That's better than meeting you at the end of the trail, I guess.
I approve.
And she was just as awesome as the first time you met her.
Absolutely. Like, she did great on the hike, and we were able to talk. We weren't winded or anything. And, I mean, at the end, when we said goodbye, I didn't know if, a kiss was feeling out. And, I mean, she was real sweaty. I was real sweaty.
Yeah.
I didn't know, we kind of just had a quick hug, but, it was still, you felt that connection there. And we made plans for about a week later to go out again.
Oh, so you guys had a second date.
No, see, a day before she texted to cancel. She needed to cancel for some reason, but so I don't know. And now it's now I haven't really heard from her, so kind of feel blown off.
Have you tried to reschedule that date that you had planned?
I mean, yeah, I sent one or two texts just saying, hey, sorry, scheduling didn't work. Is next weekend good? And I didn't really get an answer from any of that.
Can I ask, just looking back at the time you guys spent together between the softball game and the hiking, do you think that she also thought of this as a romantic date?
Well, I mean, I would hope it would be kind of obvious because I asked for her number. I said I would love to get together. To me, that sends a pretty clear signal of hey, I'm interested in you.
Right.
Even if things go slow or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how long has it been since you've heard from her?
It's been over a week since I talked with her, and she hasn't responded to the two texts I sent.
Oh, man.
Just a sweaty hug at the end of the hike. That's all you got.
Yeah, right?
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Thanks, man.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I gotta say, I'm skeptical of you, Matthew.
Am I suspect?
Yes, you are.
For what?
Well, we do a lot of these second date updates, all right? And everything always sounds normal until we get the person on the phone, and then something weird comes out, okay? Now, you said that you met this girl at a co-ed softball game. You went to the bar after, asked for a number, and you guys went on a hike and had a great time, and nothing weird happened.
That is all true.
Okay. Well, if I call her and I find out that you've been going to all of her games since then, dressed up like...
No. Buddy, I will be 100% honest with you. That thought did cross my mind.
Okay.
But I denied it because I didn't want to be a creeper.
All right, good.
I
I picture you in the stands like an NFL quarterback's mom with her name on your shirt, sitting there like, "Go Trisha, that's my girl." So,
Oh my God!
you promise me you haven't done that.
I have not done that.
All right.
He still doesn't trust you,
No,
just so you know.
Still, I'm a little weary of you. I'm gonna dial the phone number right now though and get her on the phone and find out why she's not calling you back. Okay?
All right.
Hello.
Hi, is Trisha there?
Yes, this is she.
Hey, Trisha, how are you? My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
I'm calling because one of our listeners sent an email about you. His name is Matthew, and he sent us an email saying you guys were supposed to go out on a date, and then you stopped responding to him, and he wants to know why.
He sent an email about that. Why would he do that?
Because he liked you and he would like to go out again, but you just stopped talking to him, so he thought maybe we could help him out and figure out the answer.
Look, I am not comfortable discussing this.
If it's something way too personal, you don't have to tell us, but if it's not, I mean, he wants to know. He liked you a lot.
You got to put yourself in his shoes. You know how frustrating it can be if you feel like you connected with somebody and then they drop off.
I mean, yeah, I get that. And he's a good guy. I totally got that sense from him.
Okay, so if he's a good guy, then why aren't you calling him back?
Look, he was really cool. He's just not marriage material.
Why is he not marriage material? Did you guys get into that conversation on your first date?
No, we didn't, talk about it. But, you could just tell from the date.
Is he immature or something? I mean...
Well, here's where I am. I am not getting any younger, and I absolutely want to get married someday. And he's just not going to be that guy.
That is a really quick judgment to make after meeting someone just one time.
Yeah.
Actually, we hung out twice.
Oh.
Okay, so 2 times is
you're
enough for
right.
you to know that?
Now you know everything about him.
How can you possibly know that he's not marriage material after 2 hangouts?
Because after the second time we hung out, he took me back to his car, and his car was full of stuff, piles and piles.
Wait,
and,
are you saying that it was just messy? Like there was garbage and stuff in it?
Well, I didn't know. So I had asked him, I was like, what's the deal with all your stuff? Are you moving or something? And he said no. And he said that he lives out of his van.
He lives in his van?
Yeah, and he does it by choice.
What do you mean? It's not that he's homeless, it's that he wants to be homeless?
Yeah, he chooses this.
Really?
What did he say to you to make you think that?
He said, look, it's this really great situation. I choose this. I feel it's better. I'm saving money. And I look in there, and there is a mattress. There's a jug of water, hot plate. It's really weird.
Wow. Normally, when you see a van with a mattress in it on a first date, that's a good sign.
No, always bad.
So you're saying you didn't want to see him again because he lives in his van?
No, I don't know. I've been going back and forth over this, for the past few days because, he lives in a van.
Yeah.
So you're saying you don't want to move into a van if you guys ever got more serious?
No, no, I don't know. That's the thing.
You don't know if you want to move into a van. You might be willing to move into a van?
No, I definitely don't want to live in a van. That's the problem.
Okay.
But don't you think... Okay, granted, this is a kind of an odd situation, but he has a regular job, right?
He has a really good job, and he makes a ton of money. He just chooses to save it.
All right, so the guy just likes to live in a van.
He seemed really in love with his living situation. And if that's the case, I don't want to mess with it.
I have so many questions.
You don't want to make the guy give up his house, you know?
Exactly, his green van.
Yeah.
Well, Trisha, I do need to let you know that Matthew is actually on the other line listening, maybe in his van right now, and he wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Matthew, you there?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Hey, Trisha.
Oh, my God.
I am not in my van, just to clarify. I'm in my office. I'm at work right now.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. I'm just really surprised because, like, when we went out, I mean, you seemed to think it was really kind of cool what I was doing.
Yeah, I said it was cool when I was looking at it because I didn't just want to tell you it was weird right off the bat.
Okay. Oh, now you're just 180 on this, so I'm confused.
Matthew, think about it. I mean, how could a girl see a van and think, I want to stay the night with him? I'm not sure where I'm going to go to the bathroom if I have to go, but...
Just owning a van and living out of it is awesome. I have this freedom that everybody else is dreaming about. I save all this money. It keeps going in the bank when everybody else is spending and going into debt on these houses that they can't afford, and they're never in because they're always at work all day for them. I mean, what's the point of it?
The point is to actually have a place where you could hang out, not something that you could, like, drive from point A to point B, like you're home traveling everywhere.
But that means I can hang out everywhere, Trisha. Wherever I want to hang out. Like, the world is my home. And Trish, I'm not living in the Stone Age with this. Like, I've got Wi-Fi, you know, I can run things off this generator. Like, I have electricity. I have the basic things that I need and stay connected with the world. I can work remotely if I want to. Like, come on.
He's got it all figured out, Trisha.
It just sounds weird to me. I never pictured my boyfriend living in a van.
On purpose.
But it may be fun, Trisha. I mean, it's definitely an adventure.
Yeah, that's a word for it.
It is an adventure. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
I don't know, man. I mean, you have a great personality. You're a really cool guy, but the whole living in a van thing is just a giant turn off for me.
Just give it a weekend, Trisha. Like, pretend you're going on a luxurious camping trip. Give it 2 nights, and I will convince you. I promise.
2 nights, that is a big ask, sir.
So you want me to spend 2 nights in your van when we've only been on one official date together?
You were the one who was throwing around the marriage word of, you know, needing to find marriage material. So, like, 2 nights is not going to kill you.
He has a point.
I mean, I say 2 nights is a drop in the bucket. Come on.
In that case, Trisha, would you like to go out with Matthew on a second date? We will pay for it. I mean, I guess the date would be 2 nights in his van, but whatever. Would you like to go out with him again?
You know, I'm still kind of on the fence about it. I am going to say no to 2 nights in the van.
Oh.
But I'm up to hanging out with him again.
Okay, so you'll go out on a date with him, but you won't sleep in the van.
Yes, I will go out on a date. I will not spend the 2 nights in a van.
Okay.
Probably
Well,
wise.
congratulations,
Yeah.
Matthew. That's a successful second date.
I can work with that.
All right. So you guys go out on your date. Matthew, you try to convince her that living in a van is better than living in a house, and I wish you both luck.
Trisha, freedom is in our future. I guarantee.
Oh, my God.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Got a text in at 78592 about the second date update that just says business in the streets, road trip in the sheets. Kind of makes sense. If you missed today's second date update, Trisha, this dude met Trisha at a co-ed softball game, and then they went on a hike, and she wasn't calling him back. So we got Trisha on the phone, and she said that he's not marriage material, and the reason why is because he lives out of his van.
But he likes it.
Yeah, it's by choice. He's not homeless. He has a great job and makes a lot of money. But I guess this dude, his name's Matthew, by the way, lives out of his van by choice.
Yeah, he's like a penny
He
pincher,
says
I guess.
he does it because he's saving a ton of money and he has a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
And he's not tied down by any houses or anything like that. He can just move his van around wherever.
Which is it's true.
A lot of people do it. Look up hashtag van life.
Really?
It's all over the place,
Yeah.
man.
I'm sure.
And I guess they did go out, though. They agreed to go out. She said she'd go out with him, but turned down his offer for 2 nights of staying in the van. So
Dude,
she doesn't want to stay in the van, but she will go on another date, mostly because he probably has a lot of extra money to spend or something.
hotel
I just want to warn her. I dated a guy who lived in his car, and after we broke up, we got in a fight, and he refused to leave. He just parked in front of my house. And then I had another guy show up the next day to go on a date with him. He's like, "Hey, there's some guy sleeping in the car in front of your house." I'm like, "Yeah, don't mind him. I don't know. That's weird.
You're like,
I don't
go
know."
home. He's like,
Yeah.
I am home.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
just
home's
saying.
actually in my way right now.
Yeah, they're hard to get rid of when they can just move their house right in front of your
That's
house.
amazing.
So
Yeah.
good luck to those two.
Yeah.
They continue their relationship. Maybe he can actually stay in her house once in a while.
Or
Who knows?
upgrade to like an RV or a Winnebago. Or something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email us, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5's
Move it 92.5.
Hey girl, what's up with you?
Wait a minute, is this the right number?
It's the loser line.
Come on, just call me back.
If you haven't listened to the Lose Line before, it works like this. Let's say a guy approaches you while you're out at the club and uses this charming pickup line on you. Hey, what's up? You mind if I punch you in the face with my lips for a little while? Step number 1, do not drop kick him in the head. Step number 2, tell him that he's 10 times hotter than your last boyfriend. And that's when you give him the phone number to the loser line so that hopefully he leaves an awkward voicemail that we can play for you on the air. Voicemails like this one.
First unheard message.
Hey, this is Chris. We met at a party the other night. I'm the guy that works at the bank. I don't do this a lot because I don't really connect with people like I think we connected. I think that I think you really got me. Yeah, I think it'd be cool. So give me a call back. Bye.
Next message.
I don't do this a lot because people don't get me.
Yeah.
And I don't get people. But I feel like you understand what I'm going through.
I don't know if that's the guy you want to connect with.
No,
Yeah.
definitely
A
not.
little too much for me to handle.
Here's another message from the loser line.
Next message.
Yeah, hey, what's going on? This is I don't know if you remember me, but you was grinding on me that night against the wall. Oh, my God. Like, got to give Papa some more of that. I need that. Whoa. Like, I haven't stopped thinking about it since that day. So just give me a call back when you get this.
End of messages.
Because there's nothing a woman likes more than a man that refers to himself as Papa.
Yeah, I used to call myself Papa Bear.
Exactly.
Yeah, Jose does. Remember, you can get the special number to the loser line if you text the word loser, L-O-S-E-R, to 78592. We'll send you that phone number that you can give out to somebody who's hitting on you that you would rather not have hitting on you, so they can call us and leave us a voicemail like this instead of calling you.
Next message.
Hey, it's me again. It's about 15 after. I'm just wondering if you're okay. I know we said we're meeting at, and I hope there's not another one farther down. So, yeah, I hope everything's all right. Give me a call and let me know if you're running late or something. I went ahead and got a drink, so just give me a call.
Next message.
Just sitting at the bar like, no, I need 2 chairs. I need a table for 2,
Yeah, right?
please. Somebody's joining me, I promise. Somebody's going to be here in a minute.
I'll order her drink
listen.
now. I'll just order it now.
I feel like using the loser line and actually setting up a date with someone is too much evil.
Oh, no,
in
I feel
one
like it's
night.
great.
It's cruel,
I
but it's
appreciate it
hilarious.
when you go do the extra mile and actually make a plan with somebody, because a lot of times when that happens, people call back, and this guy actually called back
Oh,
again.
really?
Yeah.
Next message.
Okay, hey, it's been an hour. I don't know what happened. I hope everything's okay, but I'm going to go ahead and leave because, I drank my drink and my cell phone battery's kind of running low. So, yeah, call me and let me know what's going on. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I mean, if you want to meet up later, we totally can. I don't live too far from here. Or if you want to meet somewhere else, we can meet wherever. Just, give me a call.
Next
Oh,
message.
you get ditched at the bar, no, and you're still like, but just call me. I'll still meet up with you. It doesn't matter. Like, you can keep blowing me off. I don't care. I'll meet up with you anywhere.
And I like
But
how
walk away with a little bit of pride left in your hand.
All right, here's another message from the loser line.
Next message.
Hey, what's up, Ashley? It's I just wanted to call and ask. You left your
I think it's your hair. I'm pretty sure it's your hair. It looks a lot like your hair. Like there's a clip on the end of it, or it like could have been part of your dress. I'm not sure what I should be doing with it. Did you leave it here on purpose? Did it fall out? Or, I'm kind of confused as to what you want me to do with it. Like, I could possibly mail it to you, or do you just want me to like keep it? And because I can definitely hold on to it for you, so that way next time we hang out, we could get a drink, and I can say, hey, here's your hair.
Next message.
So one of her hair extensions came out.
It's like a modern day Cinderella. You know, instead of the glass slipper, he's gonna go around and try to match it.
Good for this guy for being a lot less creepy than most dudes.
Yeah.
You know, because most will be like, I found your hair and I'm going to save it and wear it around my neck until I see you again. He actually just wanted to return the hair if she needed it.
And I like how clueless he was that it could be part of her dress.
Yeah, right.
Who's wearing a hairdress, sir?
Is there a tail attached to it? Or?
Here's another message from the loser line.
Next message.
Hey, how you doing? I was wondering what you had going on this week, and I don't know if you remember, I told you that about 6 months ago I was going to get married, and that fell through, and I'm glad that happened because now I met you, and I was just wondering to know if you wanted to come spend the weekend with me.
End of messages.
Wow.
This guy moves quick.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like how he ended his marriage and he got the loser line. Like, that is karma in so many ways.
Remember, if you want the number for the loser line, just text the word loser, LOSER, to 78592, and we'll give you that phone number. It is the radio segment that isn't buying what you're selling, so stop trying. Laser Stories, the segment where we read weird news stories from around the globe, just like every other radio show does, except we have a laser, and those other idiots don't. This first laser story is out of Port St. Lucie, Florida. A 56-year-old guy named Scott Garrett recently got pulled over after the cops saw him swerving all over the road. They smelled alcohol on his breath, and he was also slurring his words. He had bloodshot eyes, couldn't walk straight, and that might have been a huge clue as to why he was swerving.
I wonder why that was happening.
But
Got
police
it.
also noticed there was an open bottle of Sailor Jerry spiced rum on the passenger seat.
That stuff is strong.
I don't even know what Sailor Jerry
It's like over
Sailor
100
Jerry?
proof.
Yeah, it's pretty strong rum.
Whoa.
Really strong.
So case closed on that one, right?
Yeah.
Actually, no, because when the cops asked him to take a sobriety test, Scott tried the whole one of my relatives is a cop thing, which didn't work. He also asked if they'd just give him a ride home, and they said no thank you to that as well. So then Scott got creative and told officers that they got the wrong guy, and if they really wanted to arrest somebody, they would arrest his dog.
His dog?
Oh, his dog was probably driving. Is that what he's saying?
That's what he claimed. He said his dog was driving the whole time.
It wasn't him. He had a DD, man.
Unfortunately, his story didn't hold up, probably because the dog wasn't even in the car. Well, the dog ran away, of course. He was drunk driving.
Yeah.
He eventually took a breathalyzer and was 3 times over the legal limit.
What a coincidence.
I know, it is a weird coincidence. He's due in court next month.
I bet that dog was drunk, though.
This next laser story is out of Matawan, New Jersey. A couple named Lloyd and Sandy Howard just hit a huge milestone in their relationship recently by celebrating their 50th anniversary last week.
Wow.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, what a feat, man. That's a long time.
So how'd they celebrate? Well, the couple got in the car and drove into town to have a very romantic dinner at Burger King.
What?
That is
For
kind
their
of cute.
for their 50th anniversary?
Apparently they got married back in 1968, and on their first anniversary, they were running late for a movie, so they grabbed a couple of Whoppers. Then the next year, it was the same situation.
That's
They were in a
cute.
rush and had to stop at Burger King again. So after that, they decided to do it every single year for their anniversary since.
Oh my gosh.
I love it now.
I can't believe we're just now hearing about this. You think like the 30th anniversary or the 40th anniversary would have come up in the news, but
Last week was the 49th year in a row that they've gone to Burger King for their anniversary.
Aw.
The only difference is this time was that all their 6 grandkids were there waiting to surprise them.
that's cute.
This is great.
It's the best thing to happen in a Burger King ever.
Also, the traditional 50th anniversary gift is gold, so Lloyd and Sandy both wore those gold Burger King crowns while they ate.
That is awesome.
Maybe that counts, I don't know. Plus, the whole thing cost under $15, so that's a great
Wait,
value.
they still had to pay
Come on,
Like,
Burger King.
Burger
you get a
King,
coupon?
yeah, exactly. Step up, Burger King. You
get a
can't
BOGO
throw them a
Whopper?
couple of, Whoppers.
This next laser story is out of Grand Junction, Colorado. A 38-year-old guy named James Reinerson was in jail last month waiting for his trial for menacing, disorderly conduct, and trespassing.
Oof.
But the sheriff's deputies got him confused with another inmate, and they let him out early.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, well, until you get
James
caught.
never bothered to correct them. Understandable as to why. Even when they called him by the other guy's name, and he even signed the guy's name on the exit paperwork. So James headed home to surprise his wife. And the other guy was like, what? Menacing, disorderly conduct?
Yeah, every prisoner's dream right now.
Yeah. And his wife responded by forcing him to go back to jail.
Yeah.
What?
You can't, like, it's not like a free card.
It's a wife. Hide me.
No.
You're my wife.
You're still going to get in trouble. She doesn't want to go to jail.
She was angry with him for lying to authorities and even drove him back to the jail herself. When it was all said and done, he was only out of jail for about 2 hours total, but he's still facing a bunch of new charges, including escape, forgery, criminal impersonation, and theft.
Oh, no.
On the bright side, the sheriff's department says thanks to his wife, it didn't turn into an even more serious situation, which could have wound up way worse for James. And his wife was just like, oh, sweet, more charges? More time away from him? Awesome. This next laser story is out of Chepstow, Wales. It is in Europe, if you didn't know. The city of Chepstow is one of the first cities in Europe to claim that they have gone 100% plastic-free.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
How could they do it? How do you live in modern society? I mean, good for them.
Plastic utensils, bottles, straws, and many other items made of plastic are completely banned by all businesses in the area. So after that happened, it was put into law, and the town hung a huge banner over their archway celebrating their achievement. As the residents looked on, all were proud to see a giant sign that read, "First European city to be officially plastic-free."
Yay!
That's awesome. Good job, guys.
There was just one problem, though. After the ceremony, one of the residents noticed that the sign was actually made out of plastic.
Yeah.
No!
Oops.
What are you doing?
When the news got out, the city council was inundated with media requests. And how did they respond? A local newspaper quoted one member saying, "Cotton was considered, but it would have degraded and torn because of the length of it. We wanted the sign to last for many years, and that's why we went in that direction."
Yeah.
The irony.
Other council members say that they're hoping the town residents will eventually be okay with that plastic, because apparently you still need plastic for some things, including signs, so they'll last a little longer. This next laser story is out of the world of trendiness. Ghosting is one of the biggest dating trends of the past decade, where instead of breaking things off with someone, you just suddenly cut off all communication and disappear. Well, it seems like people have really enjoyed going down the non-confrontational road, so they're not just ghosting their dates anymore. Now they're just ghosting their jobs.
Oh my God! People are just like leaving their jobs and never coming back?
According to HR managers and job recruiters, there's been a huge trend of people vanishing at various points in the hiring process.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Really?
They'll just skip interviews, they'll totally stop communicating after the interview, even if the company wants to hire them, and sometimes they'll even take a job, but then just not show up on the first day.
Oh,
That means
wow.
like ghost quitting is probably going to happen too, where
like-
you just see
yeah.
Tom walk out one day and then he just
That's
never
it.
comes back.
Why is it happening? Experts say it's a mix of a strong job market and, yes, the ghosting trend that people have gotten used to with dating.
Yeah.
According to one recruiting firm, there are so many jobs available now, good people are winding up with multiple offers, and they'd rather avoid having to tell a company the bad news, so they just stop responding.
Wow.
wow.
I guess we really don't like confrontation anymore, do we?
This next laser story is out of survey world. According to a new survey, almost half of people say that sometimes they try to avoid handshakes because they're worried about the other person's germs. And here are the 5 most common techniques that we use to avoid handshakes. Number 5 is acting like we're looking for something in a purse or a backpack. I'm gonna start carrying my backpack with me everywhere.
I'm going to start looking for that.
Yeah.
Or you're
a
going to start
purse,
carrying
yeah.
a purse.
Either
Yeah.
one. Number 4 is pretending to be sick by faking a cough so the other person doesn't initiate a handshake.
Oh, okay.
Number 3 is right before you shake hands, you pretend to get a phone call.
Oh, sorry.
That's not smooth, though.
Yeah.
Come on, that's
well, and then
terrible.
it's just rude. Like you're taking a phone call in the middle of meeting somebody.
Number 2 is holding our breath and just walking away. I haven't experienced that one
Holding
yet.
your breath?
Why did they hold their breath and just walk away from you? That's weird.
Don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact.
And the number 1 most common technique people use to avoid handshakes is fist bumping or elbow bumping.
Yeah, we turn it into a fist.
I'll lie sometimes and just be like, oh man, I'm just getting over a cold.
Yeah.
And then I'll fist bump them.
I feel like the elbow bump, though, you can automatically know that somebody's like OCD about germs.
I just hug everybody. I mean, you have clothes on. It's like chest to chest. Just hug
You have clothes on when you meet people?
Yeah, Jubal.
That's weird. This guy doesn't worry about germs ever. He just goes right in for the kill.
Oh, yeah.
That's the sound of a turtle humping a shoe, which means that Laser Stories has come to an end for the day. We'll do it again, same time on Friday. 60 seconds away from your shock collar question of the day. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning, but before we get into that, hey everybody,
Oh, hi.
it's time to wake up.
Oh, that feels good.
Time for another exciting day full of stress and responsibilities.
Well, that's not so great anymore.
And I know a lot of you are probably feeling completely exhausted, even though you got a full night's rest. And you might be wondering why your sleep doesn't feel restful at all. Well, that's because you've probably been doing it wrong. And I say that because one sleep expert claims the secret to falling asleep and getting a good night's rest is listening to lullabies.
Really?
I thought for
Even-
sure you were going to say not having kids.
As an adult.
Really?
Especially as an adult, he says.
Really?
And is that because he's a lullaby artist and he wants everyone to buy his album?
Well, you don't have to listen to traditional lullabies either, because at this point, somebody's made a lullaby version of pretty much every single popular song ever. And you can find them on Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere else that you listen to music. You can hear lullaby versions of pretty much any song, from Prince, Taylor Swift, Bob Marley, even Imagine Dragons.
And with that,
This is that Imagine Dragons song in lullaby form.
isn't that just distracting though? Because you're singing along and you're
in your head.
asleep.
The
And then you're
sleep
like,
expert says, quote, babies have really mastered the art of relaxation. When they drift off to sleep, they're cozy and relaxed in their cribs, listening to soft lullaby music.
Yeah, I actually think it's because babies have no worries. Like they literally have nothing else to do.
Yeah, they're
but
pretty good.
sleep. So they're pretty good at it. I
He
mean,
says,
that's
meanwhile, when adults go to bed, we're stressed out. We try to find comfort in social media, stare at our phones, scrolling, texting, watching Netflix, which actually ruins your sleep cycle. What adults need is soothing lullaby music.
I will say this is making me want to go to sleep right now.
Yeah,
It is nice.
I don't think this one would work for me, just because I heard this song so many times
Yeah,
working
that's
in
true.
radio. I would just
You
be
hate it.
I would be raging the whole time, like, turn that stupid song off. So maybe I'll actually need to listen to real baby lullabies or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into the shot caller question of the day. Young Jeffrey is coming in studio with a hat full of names. We'll draw a name out of the hat to see who will put on the shock collar today. They're asked a trivia question. If they get it right, they don't get shocked. Jeff does, because he asked a terrible question. If they get it wrong, they get shocked to the song that you want us to sing. Text in at 78592. What song do you want to hear from the person who gets shocked today? Brooke has drawn a name out of the hat because she had the shot collar last. And who'd you get?
Oh, Jeff Wildcard.
Another wild card.
Oh my God, there's so much pressure now on me.
I love you, Jeff.
Okay, Jose,
you like the pressure.
That was too much for me, Jose.
Oh,
You know what?
no, it backfired.
Yeah, you're getting the shot collar
Oh,
today.
dang it.
All right, Jose is getting the shot collar. While he's putting that on, Jeff, please read Jose the shot collar question of the day.
Recently, a nationwide study analyzed beer sales in hundreds of bars and restaurants around the country, and from that data, they found the most ordered beers in America right now. Some of the ones that made the top 5 included Bud Light and the original Coors. Name the other 3 in no particular order.
Wow.
That's intense.
That is intense, because I don't drink a lot of beer. I drink beer when I go to games, like sporting events, but that's still sometimes. I tend to stick to liquor. I know Bud Light is like the king of...
Well, he mentioned Bud Light already. So,
can I also say Budweiser as its own beer too?
You could if you wanted.
Okay.
I'd also say Coors Light, because he said just the regular Coors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Coors Light lady.
Yeah.
What about Corona?
That's a really good one. I'm trying to think of like when I go out and I'm at the bars, what do I see or what do my friends normally order?
Well,
and in the summer they order Coronas more, but I feel like it has to be like an all-season stuff. They order a lot of like IPAs and microbrews.
Right.
So I got to think about like a generic general.
I don't think that a microbrew is going to make the top
Yeah, that's what
5
I'm saying.
list.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a local beer. Yeah, so Corona's a really good answer.
How many more do we have to fill out?
I gave you 2. You guys need to come up with the other 3.
Read the question one more time.
Yeah, please.
Recently, a nationwide study analyzed beer sales in hundreds of bars and restaurants around the country, and from that, they found the most ordered beers in America right now. Some of the ones in the top 5 are Bud Light and the original Coors. Name the other 3 in no particular order.
If I were you, I'd also do maybe a Stella.
Like Stella Artois. Ooh, yeah. They're really popular. Who do I know that just somebody drinks Michelob Ultra Light? Because it's so light in calories.
Yeah, but nobody likes that person. No. Nobody wants to go to the bar with that person. When I see people drinking those at the bar, I'm like, why are you even here? Just get water at that point.
I do feel like it's trending, though. But, okay, I'm going to go with Budweiser, Coors Light. But what about Miller? No! Okay, Miller Light, Coors Light, Corona. Does that sound good to everybody?
Not really.
I'm barely paying attention.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Final answer.
A recent nationwide study found the top 5 most ordered beers at bars and restaurants around the country. I gave you Bud Light and Original Coors. The other 3 are Corona,
Yay!
Miller Regular,
Oh,
and
dang it.
Stella Artois.
Oh, look, you were right. Oh, dang it.
Budweiser was 8th on that list.
Wow.
Really?
And none of the other beers you mentioned were in the top 10.
Really?
Oh, great. I don't
All
drink
right.
beer.
You got it wrong. And somebody wanted to hear Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice, so sing that before you get shocked. Whenever you're ready.
All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly, then flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow to these streets. I didn't see it coming.
Moving 92.5's
Familiar with the term first world problems. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
My wallet doesn't have enough slot for all my credit cards. Or the brightness levels on my new iPad are just hurting my eyes.
Owie.
Or my new toaster doesn't have a bagel setting on it. How ridiculous.
Life is hard.
Well, those petty complaints and frustrations used to only exist on the internet, really, but we've created an entire radio segment excuse me.
A little hiccup there?
Yep, all about our first world problems. It's called What's on Your Mind, where we go around the room and find out what each member of the morning show has been thinking about lately. So let's find out what's on everybody's mind. Brooke, what's on your mind today?
Well, I'm really happy. There's a good and bad to this. I'm going to start with the good. I'm smack dab in the middle of back-to-back weekends of my best friend's weddings, which is awesome. I mean, it's such a beautiful event to see your best friends like fall in love and celebrate that and be there for them.
Yeah.
But on the bad side of it, you have to wear heels and look nice. And I have the biggest blisters on my feet that just popped. And I've got to be a bridesmaid this weekend in another set of 4-inch heels. And I'm like, who designed these things? Because they are not for dancing.
Heels are terrible. I don't know why women wear them, honestly.
I'm wearing tennis shoes today and my feet hurt. I'm like, what am I going to do this weekend?
You're going to like wrap your feet completely in bandages.
I'm going to look like that lame girl that can't walk in heels is what I'm going to look like with her ankles all wobbling around walking down the aisle. Did you see that one? She's drunk.
I've had to wear heels on more occasions than I'd like to mention, and I every single time I'm like, why? Why do women wear these things?
I don't know.
They're horrible.
My mom has beat it into me since a young age that beauty is pain, and I am not for it.
Well, you must be really beautiful then, because you're in a lot of pain.
Yeah, so you're super beautiful right now.
It's a good way to look at it.
All right, Jose, what's on your mind today?
Man, we all know that I work out like less than anybody in the world, okay? I cannot stop injuring myself.
How?
In my sleep, bro. Like, it happens all the time. You guys have seen me. I come in and I'm limping, like my knees, I sprained my knee or like my ankle hurts. I literally think I broke my toe. Like, I
You
cannot
did
move
say
my
to-
left toe.
You said to me yesterday, another sleep injury, man.
Yeah,
So you're-
like it
Plug
was
with
a
sleep.
normal thing.
Maybe your body needs to work out so bad it's just doing it when you're asleep and you don't know, and its form is terrible.
Like, and it depends. Like, if I roll over this way, then I wake up and my shoulder's killing me and I can't move it because I'm like, oh, my shoulder blade is like sprained.
Or maybe it's a sign that maybe you should actually exert some energy.
I don't know, because then when I do that, then I get injured too.
Yeah, I
went on
wouldn't
a
do
walk
that.
The other day, and
If
my
you're-
feet are killing me.
If you're hurting yourself in your sleep, I wouldn't try to work out in real life.
I need a bubble, or I need somebody to help me. What am I doing wrong? Is there a sleep technique that I should be doing that I'm like, I don't hang upside down or anything crazy when I go to bed. I literally just lay down. I have a memory foam mattress, which should be cradling me.
Terrible on the knees.
That must be it, because my knees are hurt
I
all
don't
the
know.
time. I'm like an old man.
All right.
I don't know.
Jeff, what's on your mind today?
I haven't karaoke'd in months.
What?
Buddy, what's wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm so stressed out now. It's like karaoke used to be my one way that I would get release. And now I am just so pent up and stressed. There's no time to karaoke. And I'm losing my mind over here.
That's terrible.
It is
It's
so
a passion
terrible.
of yours.
What?
It is the one thing.
What song are you missing the most?
I miss singing Michael Bublé songs.
Really? That was your
I didn't know
go-to?
that was
Oh
your
yeah,
jam.
feeling good,
I don't
and
even know that
me
song.
and Mrs. Jones, like, oh my
Can you
God, that
just-
would just flow out of me.
Could you just sing really loud in your car? Was that
It's
a
not
good-
the same. It's
not.
not the same,
Okay, you
and
need an
I am
audience.
forever depressed until I get back into that karaoke room and sing my
Well,
heart
yeah,
out.
when you can't do the things in life that make you happy, like
No.
pretending to be Michael Bublé.
Yeah.
Things
I bet you
are going to
bring
be very sad. Maybe we could set up some sort of karaoke thing in the break room, and you can just hang out in there today for an hour or so.
That
Karaoke for everybody.
That would be great. Can
Yeah.
we please do
I bet
something?
Work
you
on
bring
that.
the office down,
Get one of those
Bublé.
little karaoke boxes.
Yeah,
bring it in.
just take
I
that
mean-
with you wherever you go, so you can just bust out some karaoke whenever you have a few spare
I
minutes.
see the
Okay.
ladies in accounting throwing their panties at you by the end of the day.
Stop teasing me, God.
What's on my mind today? Not much. I'm just tired. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, you.
That's all I can think about is I get more and more tired every single week. I don't even know
Weird.
why.
I remember like years ago, you used to like, you couldn't sleep more than 3 hours. You hated it. And
Yeah.
now,
I would get like 3 hours of sleep and be fine to go throughout the whole day without a nap. Now I wake up just wanting to go back to sleep.
Oh my God, are you officially 80 years old?
I think so. I'm exhausted
You need a
all the
flag.
time. And please don't message me now with all your supplements like you got to try this one and or you got to try working out. I work out a lot. And I'm exhausted still all the time.
Maybe I don't
Yeah,
know.
and I don't even eat poorly.
I have an idea. Why don't you just sleep more?
I do. I'm trying.
Really?
But I've been more tired now that I've been sleeping more. I've been trying to get more sleep on purpose
a bad cycle
because I
for
know it's really like it's actually bad for you and it can shorten your life getting as little sleep as I've gotten. And so now I've been trying to get more sleep, and the more sleep that I get, the more tired I am.
maybe you're sleeping more, you're getting closer to death.
Maybe.
Every time you're slipping more away. It's like deeper sleep.
Have you fallen asleep and seen any lights?
Yeah.
Not yet, but I
Okay.
think that's gonna happen soon.
Okay.
So
You're just not going to wake up.
Wake up before the light,
just
okay?
know that I'm barely awake right now.
Okay,
And I'm
well-
barely awake at all times for like the past 5 months.
Well, everyone listening is like, that explains so much.
Yeah,
It
and I
really
know
does.
somebody out there listening right now is like, well, he hasn't tried this workout supplement that I'm selling. Go to my store online and buy it, and you'll be have so much energy. All right, text in 78592. Tell us what's been on your mind lately, positive or negative. Just get it off your chest. We'll take some of your text messages right after this. It's Brooke.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Not getting behind the wheel after drinking is the best choice. But if you're pulled over, the next best choice is to call 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
It's another Jubal phone tab.
Weekday mornings on the 20s.
Only on Moving 92.5.
Hello, this is Todd.
Todd, David from corporate. How are you?
I'm doing well, Mr. How are you today, sir?
I'm not too bad, Todd. Just looking to raise the bar.
Okay. How may I be of assistance in that regard?
You're one of our newer employees here, Todd.
Yes, sir. Yes, I am.
Yes, and we look to raise the bar here with everything that we do.
That sounds phenomenal.
Do
sir.
you
I'd
know?
like to
Do
help.
you know what I mean by raise the bar?
I'm sorry, sir. I do not know specifically what you mean. but I'm new here, and I'm
What I mean, Todd, is one finds limits by pushing through them. Am I right?
Yes, sir. You were right. Absolutely, I agree 100%.
So listen up, Todd. Are you listening?
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm listening.
They put me in charge of getting the new recruits up to speed on our new policy. We have a new company slogan, and I want to share it with you.
I'd love to hear it, sir.
It's called Maintain the Edge, Todd. Todd's not part of the slogan. Your name's not part of the slogan, but Maintain the Edge is the slogan, Todd.
I love it. That sounds like a great slogan, sir.
Did you hear what I said? Maintain the edge.
Maintaining the edge, yes, sir.
Words just sort of roll off the tongue, don't they?
They do, yes, sir, absolutely.
So, Todd, how are you going to help me maintain the edge?
How will I help you maintain the edge?
Yes.
By doing whatever it is that you need me to do.
No, Todd. Wrong. That's not how you're going to help me maintain the edge.
How should I help you maintain the edge?
Let me ask you a question, Todd.
Okay.
Who's our number one competitor?
That would be...
That is correct. So how are you going to help maintain the edge against those bastards?
By doing the best I can.
Wrong again, Todd. I'll tell you how you're going to do it. You and I are going to take a little road trip this weekend up to their company headquarters, and we're going to slash the tires on every car in their parking lot.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do that, sir. I'm fairly new at the company.
It's called Maintain the Edge, Todd.
I don't think I'm allowed to do that.
Todd, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather do something that's a little shady to win, or would you rather play it safe for the rest of your life like a loser and suck on your grandma's TT? You going to be sucking on hind TT your whole life?
No, I don't want to be sucking on anyone's TT for the rest of my life.
Exactly, Todd. So help me maintain the edge.
Maybe I should get my manager on the phone. Would you like to talk to Bob? He might be able to help you with this.
Listen here, Todd. You don't think the competition isn't in a board meeting right now drawing up plans on how to set fire to our building? Because I guarantee they are, Todd.
Not to derail the maintaining the edge, sir. But
maintain the edge.
I don't think they need to set fire to our building.
You don't know that, do you?
I don't know anything for a fact. But...
Exactly. And I'll be honest, Todd, I'm sick and tired of losing to those pansies. We need to strike first and strike hard, Todd. You ever strike hard before?
Maybe. I don't know quite what you mean by that.
Todd, you know what we're going to do? We're going to maintain the edge.
You've said that before, sir, and I'm looking forward to helping you maintain the edge, but in a legal and safe
I'm
manner.
talking maintaining the edge with trespassing, arson, felony vandalism, whatever we have to do to maintain the edge.
Okay, sir.
We're going to burn down their building, Todd. Don't give up on me now.
I'm not giving up on you, sir. I don't want to go to jail, and I feel like this behavior...
How's that Victoria's Secret thong fitting on you right now, boy?
Excuse me?
That's right. What kind of women's underwear are you wearing right now, huh? Come on, Todd.
I'm not wearing women's underwear at all. I feel like I'm being a little bit harassed here.
Well, you are,
Todd.
Todd.
I don't know how you want me to respond.
Well, you are being harassed because this is a prank phone call, Todd. You should have known that.
Wait, what?
This is actually Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning doing a phone tap on you.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Your brother Eric your brother Eric set you up.
Oh my God.
He said you got a new job and he wanted to prank you. And I got to tell you, Todd, I'm a little bit disappointed you won't burn down a building for your new company, Todd. It's called Maintaining the Edge.
Yeah, maintain the edge.
Wake up every morning with Jubal phone tabs. Weekday mornings on the 20s.
Only on Moving 92.5.
Win! Brooks! Box!
All right, Brooke, you're going for 37 wins in a row today.
Oh, cool.
And you're going to be playing Aaron in Seattle. What up, Aaron? How are you? Hello? Aaron?
Aaron.
Aaron. Aaron. Hello, Aaron.
Double
Is this
A.
Aaron?
Double A, Ron.
Aaron, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Hey, Ron.
How you doing?
There we go.
Hey, everybody.
Hey. All right. Well, that was a really good intro.
It was very dramatic.
I'm just going to leave at that point, I suppose.
All right.
All right.
All right, Aaron. Stay on the phone, okay?
Send-
That's be my one suggestion.
Brooke out of the studio. Aaron, the game is played like this. You got 30 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. If you don't know one, just say pass, and you have to beat Brooke outright to win, okay?
Yes.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Your time starts now. Which member of the Kardashian family turns 34 years old today?
Kim.
The United States' #1 export to Canada is what man-made product?
Steel.
Tom Hanks has been nominated for 5 Academy Awards for Best Actor. How many has he won?
2.
What's the only bird in the world that can run over 40 miles per hour?
Ostrich.
Bruce Banner is the real name of what superhero?
The Hulk.
Emoji is a real word in what language?
Japanese.
What is the name of the South American river that flows through 7 different countries?
Amazon.
Okay, got that in on time. I think you did a good job. I don't know. I was barely paying attention, but you got a lot of questions in.
Oh,
All right, we'll bring Brooke back into the studio. So what do you do for a living, Aaron?
I'm retired.
Oh, you're lucky.
How nice.
From what?
Yeah. Oh, I was in a printing company, graphic designer.
Really?
Yeah.
So what do you do now with your time? Just enjoy
Play
things?
some golf, putter around the house, enjoy life.
Man, that sounds amazing, dude. I'm so
It is
jealous.
amazing.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Is this like, you have
Are
to
you
schedule
talking-
golf. This guy can go whenever
I don't
he
even
wants.
really get to golf that much anymore.
That's true.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you were out there all the time.
I don't really have time.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I gotta do this.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's
Oh
not
my
depress
God. What
ourselves.
dude, what did I walk into? You just complaining about your job
He's
again?
retired.
Yeah, Aaron's retired.
Aaron's
He just gets to putter around the house and do whatever he wants.
That's right.
Sorry, Jubal. You still have to make
No
money,
ideas
man.
now. I
Jubal's like in
know.
Hawaii in his head right
Yeah.
now.
Can I just come stay at your place, Aaron?
Oh, sure.
We can putter together all day, dude. I'll putter
All
with
right.
you.
Excellent. Yeah.
Oh my
All
God,
right.
you're gonna be
Putting
such a
contest.
good putterer.
Oh, man. Be
Yeah.
the best putter. Okay.
Putter master.
Brooke's got her headphones on. You ready to go?
Yep.
All right. Your time starts now. Which member of the Kardashian family turns 34 years old today?
Chloe.
The United States' #1 export to Canada is what man-made product?
Plastic.
Tom Hanks has been nominated for 5 Academy Awards for Best Actor. How many has he won?
2.
What's the only bird in the world that can run over 40 miles per hour?
Ostrich.
Bruce Banner is the real name of what superhero?
Ooh, pass.
Emojis is a real word in what language?
Japanese.
What's the name of the South American river that flows through 7 different countries?
The Nile.
Send it on over to the scoreboard and
The
see how you guys
Amazon.
did
Oh,
with Jose
Dang it.
You must think I'm stupid.
Bolaños.
Aaron, you did really good. You actually got the first couple wrong, but then you went on a streak. You got 5 correct.
Oh, I no way,
Excellent.
dude.
I think I got you, Brooke.
I think you did too. And then you ended my streak. I said Nile. I meant Amazon.
It was
Damn
a
it.
super close
No.
game, and Brooke got the same exact amount of questions in. Brooke,
I got what?
you got 4 correct.
Oh,
Aaron, not only have you won at life because you're retired now, but you also just beat Brooke,
Damn
and
it,
she didn't
Aaron.
get her 37th win in a row. Instead, she goes back to 0, and you got
Going
$100
back to
bucks.
0.
Excellent.
God, if I would have just gotten I knew Amazon. Why did I just didn't listen
I
good
know,
enough.
it's confusing.
Oh, I'm
That's-
so mad at
Hey.
myself.
Go over the answers for you guys. The Kardashian that just turned 34 years old is Chloe. Her skin and her body, though, turned 12, I think. The United States' #1 export to Canada is cars, 51 billion in cars. Tom Hanks has been nominated for 5 Academy Awards for Best Actor. He has won 2, Forrest Gump and Philadelphia. The only bird in the world that can run over 40 miles per hour is an ostrich. Bruce Banner is the real name of the Incredible Hulk. Emoji is a real word in Japanese. And what's the name of the South American river that flows through 7 different countries? The Amazon.
It killed you, Brooke.
And I knew it. That's what's sad. That's the sad piece.
Hey, Aaron.
Boo-hoo.
Hey, Aaron, you don't need to rub it in, okay?
Yeah, Aaron, I
All right,
got it.
Aaron,
I like
Aaron,
it.
I don't have any time. So much time on my hands, Aaron.
Aaron, just when you thought life couldn't get any better for you, we're also going to give you a consolation prize, too. You just for playing, you also won a pair of tickets valued at $400 to the grand opening of the restaurant, Ascend Prime
man.
Steak and Sushi. Enjoy panoramic views of the Puget Sound and fireworks displays during their special 4th of July bash called Red, White, and Bellevue, where you'll enjoy incredible food, an open bar, and even dancing.
Wow, Aaron.
Well,
Yeah, life's hard for
congratulations.
you, Aaron.
Yeah, this is the best day of my week, man.
Oh, man, just wait till next
And
week when you
probably
win something else for free.
The most amount of work you've had to do, too. I'm just trying to be Aaron. That's all I want to be. Congratulations, and we'll play Winbrook's Bucks same time tomorrow.
All right.
92.5's